assistant, you get how it kind of starts to, well, get you over time, right? It becomes your own personalized tool. But that personalization can also feel a little bit like a trap, almost like a walled garden that's really hard to leave. So today, we're going to look at how Google is basically handing users the key to that garden gate, and how it could totally change how we think about AI loyalty. Let's get into it.
Okay, to really get a sense of the landscape here, we have to start with this number, 900 million. That's the estimated number of weekly active users on ChatGPT. I mean, that is a staggering figure. It basically sets the stage, showing us who the clear leader is in this space. We are talking about a massive, massive user base.
And that leads us to the big question, right? With that kind of momentum, and with competitors like Google's Gemini offering pretty similar features, why aren't more people just jumping ship? What is it that's holding almost 1 billion users in one place? Well, the answer is way more personal than you might think.
It really all boils down to something you could call the continuity problem. This is that invisible friction, you know? It's the real reason it's such a pain in the neck to switch from an AI you've been using for a while to a totally new one.
So what even is continuity? Well, in simple terms, it's the AI's memory of you. It's the magic that lets it look back at your past chats, remember the projects you're working on, and use all that personal context to give you better, way more relevant answers. It's what makes the AI feel less like a generic search bar and more like a real assistant that knows you.
And this is where you really feel that friction. With your current AI, it already gets your work, your style, your whole history. But switch to a new one? It's a complete blank slate. You have to start all over again, re-explaining everything. It's like every single time you talk to it is day one.
I love this analogy because it just hits the nail on the head. Imagine having to re-explain all of your inside jokes to a new friend every single day. It would be absolutely exhausting, right? And that is exactly the feeling that users get when they even think about switching AI assistants.
But what if you didn't have to start over? This is exactly where Google is making a really smart, really strategic move. They've basically decided to tackle this continuity problem head-on by building a bridge for all those AI memories you've already created somewhere else. And here's the big news. Google has officially rolled out new tools for Gemini. And these tools are designed for one specific thing: to let you import your memories, your context, and your entire chat history directly from other AI apps. Yeah, you guessed it, most notably from ChatGPT.
So Google's offering 2 different ways to make the switch. First, there's a memory import. Think of this as for your key preferences and all that high-level personal context. And then there's the big one, a full-on chat history import, which lets you bring over your entire archive of conversations. Okay, so this all sounds great, but how does it actually work? Let's get into the nitty-gritty and see how you can actually move your data over.
All right, for the memory import, it's this really clever, if a little manual, copy and paste job. So you go into your Gemini settings, and it gives you this special prompt. You copy that, paste it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT spits out a summary of your preferences. Then you just copy that response and paste it right back into Gemini. Boom, it's up to speed. But, you know, maybe a summary of your preferences isn't enough. What if you want to go deeper? What if you want every single conversation you've ever had? Well, there's a much more comprehensive option for that.
And this process is actually even simpler. You just go to ChatGPT, download your entire chat history. It comes as a single zip file, and then you upload that file directly into Gemini. And just like that, your whole archive is there, it's searchable, and you can pick up old conversations right where you left off.
Now, this is a really key detail. Google is renaming its past chats feature to just memory. So all of this stuff you import becomes a core part of that central memory, which, and this is huge, also has the ability to connect to your other Google services. We're talking about pulling info from your Gmail, your Google Photos, your search history, all to give you even more personalized.
Just zoom out for a second and look at the why. What does this move by Google really mean, not just for you as a user, but for the future of the entire AI industry?
This chart really puts it all into perspective. You've got ChatGPT as this undeniable giant over here, and then you have Google Gemini, a super powerful competitor that's trying to grow its slice of the pie. So by making it this easy to switch, Google isn't just adding a cool new feature. They are actively trying to pull users directly from the market leader.
So why is this such a big deal? Well, first, it puts the power back in your hands as the user. It really cuts down on that lock-in effect we were talking about. Second, it just dramatically heats up the competition between the big players. And third, and this might be the most important part, It can make data portability, the ability to take your data with you, a new standard that we all just expect from our AI assistants. Which leaves us with this one last, really fascinating question to chew on. For years now, we've been building up loyalty to a single platform just by feeding it our data. Is this move the beginning of the end for that kind of AI loyalty? And could it be the start of a whole new era of AI freedom, where our data and our AI's memory of us can finally move wherever we want it to?